Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome to Adija Travel Tips. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can do your Ghana passport application from the new passport portal. Right, so if it's your dream of getting a Ghanaian passport, then make sure to watch videos to the end, as it's going to be very detailed, informative. And also, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step guide from creating an account on the new portal, and also how you can fill your information, do your payment, and then book for an appointment, and also give you one or two information that might be useful when you are attending your appointment. So make sure to watch this video to the end and subscribe, as we have a lot more to explore. So stay tuned. I'll be right back shortly. Okay, guys, so welcome back to Adija Travel Tips. Over here, what we do is we give you information regarding the travel and tour industry, from visa application, documents required, passport applications, traveling to your destination countries for pleasure, vacation, and then also traveling to, seek for greener pastures. So if it's your dream of, or maybe traveling outside to for sightseeing, pleasure, and what have you, then you are the right place, as this channel is going to be very informative with regards to the travel and tour industry. So make sure to hit that subscription button if you're first time joining us, and also hit the notification button, the bell button, as it is going to notify you on all the latest video that we are going to be uploading. Right, so back to the topic that we are going to be treated today. So first of all, I know you are watching this video because you want to know how to apply for a Ghana passport. So in our previous video, we discussed about, or we gave you a tutorial on how you can do your application. However, there's been some changes in the new passport application portal, and thereby making me do this video again. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to need this simple or basic requirements that will be able to that is mandatory or needed in our application. So first of all, the first on the list is your birth cert, which is the mandatory document that is required in the process of applying for a Ghanaian passport. And secondly, we are going to need our national identity document, for instance the Ghana card, your voter's ID, but currently the Ghana card is the one that is mostly accepted, right? And then thirdly, or last but not the least, is your proof of employment. So when you are a student, you are going to need an introductory letter or a student ID from your institution. And also, if you are employed, you are going to need an appointment letter or an introductory letter from your employer stating that you are their employee, and thereby they are just, it's something that they are introducing you to, right, to confirm that they know you work with them, right? So these are the documents that, or the requirements that we are going to need. And also we are going to need a mobile phone, right? A mobile phone, or maybe a laptop. So if you have a laptop, cool. If you don't have a laptop, and then most of us have a smartphone, we are going to also need a smartphone, as we are going to use it to do all this application for free. And then also I forgot a portrait picture, which could be a passport picture or a portrait picture. Mind you, this picture is not the one that is going to appear in your passport, so you can crop an image of you and then use it, as you are going to be needing it in the fill out of the form. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to visit this passport application portal. Initially there used to be a different one, but there's been a new one that has been introduced since the change of government. And I think I personally like this new interface that they've brought. It's simple, and then an ordinary person can just use this portal. So um, let me open my Firefox or Chrome or any browser that you have on your phone, and then we are going to search for passport.mfa.gov. So okay, so we are going to search for, so let's do it together. We are going to search for passport.mfa.gov, and then we hit enter. So as it's loading, we are going to learn on how to create an account on the new passport application portal. So with your smartphone, you log on to this passport.mfa.gov.gh, and then so this is how the new portal looks like. Ghana Passport Online Portal. Apply for a new passport or renew. Okay, which is being controlled by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So once we are here, what we are going to do is we have a sign in using your phone number and then password. So if you don't have an account, for the sake of this video, we are going to create a new account, right? So we are going to come here and then click on don't have an account, create one. So we are going to click this side, and then so these are all the information that we are going to need. First of all, we are going to enter our phone number, the phone number that we are using. Remember, the phone number that you are going to insert here is the one that they are going to send a verification pin or a one-time pin number to, right? So you enter your phone number here, your email address, you put your email address here, and then you come and type your first name, your last name, and then over here we are going to type a password which should be alphanumeric and special characters, right? So you are going to mix it with letters, numbers, and then special characters. So let's assume that your name is Kofi, right? And you want to use it. You can mix it Kofi, comma, without you don't have to space them. You have to mix it so that it will be very strong. It's going to be very strong so that someone cannot easily guess or have access to it. So this is how we generate an alphanumeric password. So what we are going to, the password that we are going to choose over here is the same thing that we are going to type here, and then right after we are going to hit this sign up. So after we hit the sign up, they are going to send us an OTP, which is a one-time pin, right? So since I have an account already, I trust this is something that once you have a smartphone, you can easily do. So we are going to fill out all these informations right here to the button here, and then we hit sign up. So once we hit sign up, they are going to send us an OTP, which is a one-time pin. So let me go to my phone and then wait for that there. Okay guys, so after we hit the sign up, this is how it's going to look like. So we are going to enter the one-time pin which was sent to us. So I have my one-time pin over here, so let me hit that, and then okay, so this is the one-time pin that has been given. So it was sent to the phone number that I use in creating, or also it can be sent to your email address. So let me enter it quickly here. and then let me click confirm. All right, so it has generated the portal. So this is how the portal looks like. So this is how the portal looks like. So first of all, once you are on the portal, what you are going to do is you are going to click on start application. So when you come to start application, you are going to select your case. If yours is applying for a new passport, you are going to select it. Or if yours is to renew it, you are going to select renew. And then if it's a damaged passport that you are coming to work on, then this is how it's being done. So you are going to select your case, get a new passport, and then if you are above 18 years, you are going to select this one. Or if you are doing it for someone who is a minor, you select this depending on your case. And also, if you are doing it on behalf of an adult who cannot read or who is unable to fill this form, you are going to select it and then fill out this information. So for the sake of this video and for the first timers, let's select this case and then we hit continue. So when you come here, when you come to the navigation section here, you will see that the form is in 5 sections or the 5 pages. So the first page that we are on currently is the personal information. So over here we are going to upload a passport picture or a portrait picture, as I told you earlier, is part of the requirement. We are going to upload it over here. So once you click browse, I'm going to click on browse, and then you are going to select the folder in which your picture can be found in, and then once you find it, you click on select, and then you open it. Now the next is the phone number that you used in creating the application. Sorry, this account, right? The phone number. So you are going to enter it here, and then you enter your phone number. Now the next is your title. Your title. So if you are Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, so this is how it's going to be. And then you are going to type your surname. I'm going to type your surname here, your first name, other names. If you have a maiden names, for instance, there are some people that got married and their names were changed. So according to the name that you were born with, you are going to type it here, and then the other names which was changed to is, this is where you are going to have them. And if the name has also been changed by affidavit or a gazette publication, you are going to provide a previous name over here. So this is how the form really looks like. It's very, very simple. Then over here, once you come here, you are going to select your date of birth. So you are going to pick a date. So let's assume that you were born in the year, let's assume in the year 1966. You select it here, and then you come to the month. You come and select the month. Let's take it at May, and then you select the day in which you are born. So you select one of them, and then you are good to go. So over here, the eye color, most of we Ghanaians, our eye colors are brown. However, if yours is different, you are going to select it. We have some people with gray eyes, green eye, brown, blue, black. So you select it depending on your case. And then the hair color. So we have blonde, brown, ginger, gray, red. So me, a Ghana man, my hair color is black. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we have visible peculiarities. So let's assume if you are visually impaired or something, you're going to state it here. However, if you don't have any sight or any impairment with regards to your eye, then you are going to write something here, maybe good, or you just leave it like that. And then you come to the gender side. If you are a male, you are going to select male. If you are a female, you select it. And then next is town of birth. So remember, all these informations that we are providing are the ones according to our date of our birth certificate. Sorry, the information that we have according to our birth certificate, and also it must correspond with our Ghana card. So if you have informations, if there are discrepancies between the birth cert and the Ghana card, I'm sorry, it's going to be very difficult to, have your passport done. So make sure that all the information that you are providing tally with the one that we have it on the Ghana card. Okay, so after typing in your city of birth or town of birth, then we come to the country of birth. So for the sake of this video, where you were born is where you are going to select. You could be a Ghanaian, however, you were born in maybe a different land, maybe in the United States, UK, Nigeria, wherever you find yourself. Though as you are applying for this passport, it is presumed you are a Ghanaian, so you have to enter or type the city or town of birth, the country, and then country of residence. So where you are doing your application is where you are going to select where you live currently or for the past 6 months, right? So right after, you are going to put the postal code over here. You put your postal code over here, and then city or town of residence, and then the suburb. The suburb is the smaller town within the city where you live, right? So let's assume that you are living in let's take it as I live in Tema. Tema is a town within Greater Accra, so the suburb is going to be maybe Community 2, or then you put the town here as Tema, right? So right after, you are going to type your house number and street address, and then we have the GPS address or the digital address, which is being generated using the GP Ghana Post addressing app, right? So afterwards, you come to the postal address. If you have a physical postal address, you can write it. If you don't have, also you can also use your house address, as it's another means of reaching out to you. So over here, what you are going to do is you are going to type your height in meters and centimeters. There are some people that are using feet and so on and so forth. So when you find yourself in such situation, you don't know your height in meters, just come to Google and type convert feet to meters. Okay, so if you have it like this, it is going to help you to know your height in meters and centimeters. Or better still, let's assume that I know my height, which is let's take it as 5.5 feet in meters. Let's do the conversion. It is 1.65 meters. So the 65 is in centimeters, and then the 1 is in meter. So we are going to have it. So we can type 1.65. That is how to know, because mostly we do our measurement in feet, especially when we are measuring our height. So this is how we do it. And then your nationality, Ghanaian. Okay, now over here you come to your marital status. If you are married, you are going to select married. If you are single, you select single. If you are divorced also or widowed, you select it depending on your case. And then your current profession. Now, this is the most important part of our application. Remember, if any information that you are going to put here will determine the kind of extra document to add to your application. So if you're a student and you put student here, it means that you are going to need um, a student ID or an introductory letter from the institution. And also, if you put any profession here, you are going to specify, except for traders, those with the skilled occupation, they don't specially require any extra proof of profession. So let's assume someone is a mason or a tiler. It's going to be very difficult for the person to maybe come up with an introductory letter since they are in the occupation of trade. So over here, what profession you are in is what you are going to put over here. Now, if you have any previous profession also, you can write it over here also. Either than that, if you don't have any previous profession, you just skip it. Now, then the next thing is we come to our national identity card number, which is mostly the Ghana card. You're going to write the Ghana card number here. And then our social security number, you put that one also here. And then over here, we are going to put our voter's ID number also here. And then we move to the final part of the personal information, which is the current or last educational institution attended. So over here, if you stated at the occupation side that you are a student, what you are going to do here is you are going to write the name of the institution you are attached to, the address, and then from which year did you got enrolled, the month, and then the year, and then let's assume you are still in school. You are going to use the current month and then the current year. So I'm a student, so I'm going to select July 2025, which denotes I'm still in school as at the time I was doing this application. Okay, so right after we've filled out all these informations, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to hit this continuous side, and it will take us to the evidence of citizenship. Now, when we come to the evidence of citizenship, we are going to provide information of our father. So first on the list is the father. So father's surname, father's first name, nationality. If your dad is a Ghanaian, you have to state it. And then over here we come to is your father alive, or if he's alive you select yes, if no you select no. And then we come to the nationality side. If your dad is a Ghanaian, I think I've said that one earlier. So next is the residential address. So if yourself and your dad are using the same residential address, you just click here, and then by default that address is going to be replaced or copied over here, right? And then you write your father's hometown, where your father is from. So next on the list is we are going to the mother. When we go to the mother, you are going to write your mother's surname, first name, nationality, and then the same applies to how we did for the father. If your father is alive or not, you are going to specify. Then the address, we put the residential address of your father over here. If he is using the same address as yours, then you click this side, and then defaultly that old address that you provided is going to be replaced over here. And then you come to the hometown. Now next is one grandparent. So it could be your father's father, your father's mother, or your mother's mother, or your mother's father. So you provide their information, name, surname, first name, nationality, um, if they are living or not, and then the same information as we provided for the father and mother. So now over here, if you have a dual citizenship, you are going to specify, because there are some people that um, are dual. They have two citizenship. Let's assume one, the person is a Canadian and then a Ghanaian. So such a person is having two identities. So in that case, for instance, you are going to select yes, and then if yes, the other state or country that you are a citizen of, you are going to select it, and then they are going to notify them that this person has dual citizenship. However, if your case is just like mine, then what we are going to do is we just gonna say no here, and then we click this continue, which is going to take us to the documents. So when we come to the document part, these are the documents that we are going to be selecting depending on the information that we've provided. I told you earlier that if you're a student, you are going to tell them you're a student, and then an extra identity document will be attached. However, these are the mandatory ones that are required. So if you attach birth cert is compulsory, and then your national identity, which is a Ghana card. So all these informations are very necessary. So select one of the documents and provide the details. So let's assume I selected this one, birth certificate. I'm going to provide the document number, which can be found at the top of our birth cert, and then the date it was issued and place of issued. All these informations can be found on your birth cert, right? So when we are done, we are going to click on continue. Then if we are to add another extra document, then we can do it. So let's assume the Ghana card. I'm going to select national identity document, the document number, date it was issued, and then place of issue. Then we click on continue. So right after we are done with this side, we are going to go to the guarantors. So I hope you are following. If there's anything that you don't understand, you can leave it in the comment section, and I'm going to answer you or tell you more, as this is going to get the channel engaging, or this video very engaging. So I'm open to comment, questions, and so on. So you can leave it in the comment section, and also do well to subscribe. So are you getting motivated? If you are getting motivated, let me know in the comment section. So now we've come to the guarantors. Now at this guarantor section, we are going to add two relatives who will act as guarantors in case there's an emergency. So these are not supposed to be your parent, but two other relatives that should be contacted in case there's an emergency, right? So we are going to provide their full name here, residential address, their postal address, and then their phone number. And then the occupation that they are into, and then their email, that is if we know. And then we are going to do the same for the second person also. So remember, they can't be your parent, because we have the parents' information already. So they could be your relatives, like maybe your brother, sister, uncle, auntie, and so on. So right after we've provided information for these two people, then we are going to hit continue on this side, and then we are going to be taken to the final part. So as we fed those informations, and then we keep progressing, you see that this bar will start loading. It's loading till we are done with the entire process, right? So next is the witness. So at the witness side, we are going to at the witness side, we are going to let someone in a higher position, or so they issue the caveat here that applicants, guarantors, and witnesses are to note that the making of a false statement to procure a passport is an offense under the section 15 of the Passport and Travel Certificate Decree and is punishable by a fine not exceeding 500 penalty units and or imprisonment up to 2 years. Okay, so we are going to make sure that these information is that the person is witnessing, or these applications that we just did, the person knows the applicant, and the person should be in a higher position, and the person is the one going to stamp and sign for the applicant. So we provide the person's full name here, occupation. So these are the occupations that are being accepted into, that are being recognized to witness an application for someone applying or securing a Ghanaian passport. So a senior clergyman or woman, commissioned officer of the Ghana Armed Forces, senior police officer, senior immigration officer, senior prisons officer, senior customs officer. There are a lot over here. Registered medical practitioner, solicitor, other recognized, registered with their respective regulating bodies. So these are the occupations that have been recognized to witness an application. So right after, you put the person's position. If the person is the MD, the general manager, you put the person's position over here, then the business address, and then the person's business phone number, residential address, and then residential phone number. So so after we are done with this, we are going to click on summary. At the summary side, it is going to give us all the information that we provided earlier in our application, and then we go through them. If there are errors, omissions that are supposed to be attended to, we can go back and then revisit and then do them or redo it before we do a final submission. So this is how the passport application interface looks like. It's very, very simple, very, very detailed, very, very simple. So I think so far you can create an account on this new portal. You can fill out the information all by yourself. So these are the basic, or the simplest, the easiest way of filling out this application portal. So for now, this is how it's going to look like. So we are going to the next phase of this passport application side, where we are going to do the payment and book for an appointment, and then also generate application form or the printout. So this is how it's gonna be. All right, guys, so this is a preview of how the application is gonna be like. So because I don't want to reveal identity informations of some people, I'm going to hit service and payment. So this is where we are going to do the payment, and then afterwards we can book the appointment. So I'm going to hit that side, and then over here we are going to select where our biometric informations will be captured. So you click here and then you select the country where you are going to have it captured, and then you select the application center. So for the sake of this video, let me select Tema Park, and then this is for express, which is being processed within 10 days, and then this is a regular. So let me select regular here, and then the number of pages that I want. So this is 48 pages for going for 644, and then this is 32, which is the standard or the regular one that we all normally use. So let me select this one, and then right after this side, we are going to select a courier service where the passport is going to be delivered. So in case it's ready and they call you, they don't get you, they are going to mail it to your delivery address or maybe the nearest post office. So let me select deliver to my address, and then so I'm going to input the GPS address over here. Let me put the GPS address here, which is the one given by the Ghana Post. Right, so let me type let me confirm this address. So over here they are going to link it to the information that we provided, our email, and then the address line. So you are going to make sure that you have all these informations intact before you proceed. So any other alternative number that you can be reached on. So 55. Okay, so once we've provided the courier details, then the next is to select an appointment date, right? So we are going to select an appointment date. So let's select a date like this. Let's select a date like this, and then right after here we are going to hit the pay side. We are going to hit the pay side, but before we hit the pay side here, and then so this is the total amount that we are supposed to pay, right? This is the total amount that we are supposed to pay over here. So once we hit this pay button, we are going to be given options on the payment platform that we are going to use to do this payment. Okay, so on this government of Ghana.gov is where our payment or invoices will be generated from. So right here we are going to click on this yellow pay button. So click here and then just continue as guest. So over here we are going to select the payment medium. If you are going to use a Visa card or a bank card, you select this one. If you are going to use mobile money, select this one. If you are going to use scan and pay, you select. If you are going to pay with the star 222 hash, or if you want to pay at the bank, you select it. For this one, I'm going to select mobile money, and then the number that I use in creating this particular account will be linked to. And then right after selecting the telco that I'm going to use, I'm going to click continue, and then the number that I use has been displayed. So let's proceed and do the payment. So over here, let me hit that again. Okay, so it's giving me error. So if you encounter such problem, you can also use the star 222 to do this payment. So I've been given this number to do the payment to. So let me type that on my phone. The number that I use in creating this account was so star 222 250 708 160 941516 hash, and then let me hit the send button. Okay, so now it has given me a prompt on this phone here, and then so let me click on pay. So a prompt will be generated on this phone again, and then I'm going to input my details to proceed with the payment. So after doing your payment confirmation, you will see that, let me hit the confirm here, and then let's see. So you see that it has the payment has gone through successfully. So let's close this button, and then we are going to be directed back to the passport portal. So the forms has been generated, a printout has been generated. So this is how it looks like. So this is the form that we are going to print, which contains all the informations that we provided, right? So after here, what you are going to do is you click on this print slip here, and then you are going to print it if you have a printer. If you don't have a printer also, you can choose to click the print here and then save a PDF format on your. So you are going to name it maybe a passport form or passport form then you save it. So right after saving it, it is going to be on your phone as a PDF file, so that when you get access to a printer, you can do a printout of this, and then you can do a printout of this form, and then these and other documents are the ones that you are going to submit it to the passport office for your application to be processed. So at this juncture, this brings us to the end of this video. If you are inspired with this video, kindly hit that subscription button, and then let's increase the following. If there was something that you didn't understood, or if I was moving so fast or so slow, kindly let me know. I'm open to feedback so that this platform will be made a better, for all our community members. So thanks so much for being along with me throughout this journey, and hit the notification bell button and get notified on all the latest videos that I'm going to upload. So thank you. See you in our next video.